You know, people make choices to be single parents, so they should be aware of the consequences, that there is a certain welfare situation, and you make your choice, just as we all make our choices.
Do children choose to be children of single parents?
No, but the single parents choose to be parents.
But even allowing you
I'm not saying, sorry,
I think a lot of people find it rather crass.
Yeah, but no,
anyway,
hold on, Vincent, can I say, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. People are entitled to make those choices. But if you make the choice, you have to be prepared to accept the consequences. Yeah, just as, you know, if I go out and buy a second property.
This will impact on children. It's manifestly, this cut will impact not just on single mothers themselves, but it will impact on children. Do the children choose to be children?
No, they do not. No, they do not.
So that argument goes out the window.
No, it does not.
If
you look at every single measure that's been introduced or proposed here, such as the water charge, the household charge, a property tax, the 2% VAT increase, the issue over the medical cards for the over 70s, the cuts in child benefit, the notion of taxing or means testing child benefit, touching the old age pension. The list goes on and on. Every single measure you suggest will be described by somebody as absolutely savage. And the job of government is to make choices. And it's not easy in a country that's effectively bankrupt at the moment to make those choices.
You appear to justify the cuts on this cuts affecting single mothers on the grounds that they made a choice to be single mothers. Now, even allowing you that, the reality, however, is that these cuts will also impact on the children, and they had no choice.
Yeah, but children who are born into unemployed parents don't have that choice either.
That's absolutely
true. There's a few points that Jim raised that I would like to question him on. You're saying that the social welfare bill needs to be cut, but how do you think this measure is actually going to cut the social welfare bill? If people who have part-time jobs and are on reduced one-parent family are going to be forced into full-time jobs that don't exist and be forced to give up their part-time job, how is that going to cut the social welfare bill? It's going to increase it.
Well, the part-time job will be freed up for somebody that's on the live register at the moment. So somebody else will get the job. So the social welfare spend on that side will be reduced. Sorry, what I'm saying is...
No, can I just say to you, Jim, I want to say a few things. There aren't 90,000 full-time jobs available in 3 years' time for us all to go on to. We have our part-time jobs and we want to hold on to them. We want to be able to support our family. We want to be able to earn and to learn.
We want the same. That's the choice we've made.
Jim, you're talking about that's the choice we've made. 35% of us are lone parents because we were in relationships, marriages that broke up. Our country does not impose statutory maintenance system like it does in every other country that brought in this personal responsibility.
That's a mistake, absolutely.
Yes, it is. So
there
were other things that could have been done. There is actually legislation in place that the Maintenance Recovery Unit could collect money from and reduce the social welfare bill that way, so that the people who were absconding from their children would be left to hold the bill. But that's not being used. What's being done is attacking the single parents who are being responsible minding their children.
Yes, it should.
And that should have been, and that should have been done instead of just attacking. And the reason I believe we were attacked was because lone parents haven't got a voice. We haven't got a media presence. We were never together as a group before because it was very hard because we've got the child obligations. And we were the easiest group to attack, and we were attacked. There were alternatives there that weren't even looked at. We have gone in and we have literally sat in front of TD after TD after TD and said, tell me, okay, in 2015, Jim, that's when parents are going to be asked to go on to job seekers allowance. How do you get a parent in a very competitive job market ready if they've been out of the job market for 7 years? You're saying, how do we get them into jobs? 3 years' time, we need to start training them now. Those children in 2015 were born in 2008. It means they're 3 or 4 now. They're preschool children. So, okay, we want to train these people. We want to get them ready for the job market in 3 years' time. What is available for them? No mention of us in Pathways to Work. We're not allowed to do Job Bridge. We're not allowed to do TUS. We were allowed to do FOSS and VEC courses. We can still do them now. However, there's no free childcare. You're preschool child, you need childcare. You are allowed to do, now you have to pay €25 a week to get your child minded. Very reasonable. But when you get £29.80 a week to feed the child, you can't pay €25 to pay childcare. So effectively, you've ruled that out. We met with Joanna Tuffy, we put all these points to her, and thankfully she did get what we were saying, and she asked these parliamentary questions in the Dáil to Minister Burton. On the 13th of March, Minister Burton came back and said, well, they can do the CE schemes. That's what's available for them. Great. Perfect. The CE schemes would mean we would involve us working 19.5 hours a week for €20 extra. €20 extra will pay our bus fare to and from work. What do we do with the children? Where do we get our children minded on €20? So you tell me, if there was any foreplanning put into this, I would go along with it. I want to get out. Well, I am working actually, but every mother I talk to, our campaign is about trying to give us equal participation in society. This has done nothing. There has been no thought in it. Their own Oireachtas committee report onto single working age payment has looked at all the issues and said it's the wrong time, wrong environment, there are no childcare places. And yet, in 3 years' time, our children are being risked. We won't accept our children being risked like that. And for you to turn around and say it is our choice. It was not my choice for my husband to walk out when my daughter was 9 months old. And there are a lot of people in that situation, Jim.
Donald was asking...
All right, I'm sorry, we've got to go to a break. After the break, we'll preview tomorrow morning's newspapers and we'll let Jim reply to Louise's point. Jonathan.